Okay, this is gonna be like my first YouTube live. So this is really cool. I really don't know how this works. So maybe I should just start running my mouth because I don't think it's gonna be like Instagram where the people just start coming in like bling 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 bling. And plus I know a lot of my people are in different time zones. So it's gonna take a while. But this should go great. Like I always have great expectations about a lot of things sometimes. So this should go great. All right, so I did a Q&A today on IG. It was really fucking amazing because I got some really great questions. I'll talk about the easy ones and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the whole live. So the first question that I got was, when am I going to get string waist beads? Okay, my string waist beads are en route. They will be up on the site probably within a week or so, so don't fret, my pet. They will be there. All right, second question was, how is the, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, husband. So supportive. He loves me dearly. The second question was, how is the black moon going to affect us? So, to my knowledge, the black moon is the second new moon of a month, and it only comes like every 26 to 33 months. So it's a really special occurrence. So the black moon is supposed to emanate this like super duper cleansing power. So you're going to be able to cleanse maybe emotionally, maybe spiritually, even maybe physically. Maybe it might be time to get rid of the clutter. And that is also a spiritual thing too. You are supposed to pull out all of your deepest, most wonderful things that you really wanted to do, and you're supposed to let them go with no inhibition and be free and manifest everything you want to manifest. And then the next question was, how are we related to the moon? Okay, so back in the day, before we ate Popeye's chicken sandwiches and ate processed foods, and before we had cell phones and TVs and cars and shit, the only way we could kind of know how to calendarize, if that's a word, the days and the months and the years was by the moon and its activity and how it changed and things like that. So our bodies as women would naturally sync up with the moon. We're like, I don't know what percent. Hey, Tiffany Darky, our body is like X amount percent of water, and our periods would sync with the moon. So on the new moon, you would come on your period, and by the full moon, you would be ovulating, and that would be a good way to gauge, when you could expect a baby or when you could try to conceive and things of that nature. And we were a lot more in tune because we had nothing but nature. Like we relied on nature for everything. And so we loved it and we were more in tune with it and we were more connected with it and we didn't work 9 to 5s. We kind of went out and found what we needed and those type of things. So that is how we are connected to the moon. How you should connect with this new black moon that's coming up is you should make your own fucking ritual because the shit that you make on your own is always the best. But most importantly, you should actually harness its energy. And the only way you can do that is actually to go outside. So go outside, sit. Call your homegirl over. Y'all go outside and sit on the porch. Talk about all the things you want to do. This is also a process of manifesting. We get so fucking wrapped up into everything we read and we feel like, oh, I got to write this down. I got to do this. This ritual says I got to. No. If you are a spiritual person, you understand that my husband showed me a picture today. And it was 2 fish in the ocean. The spiritual fish was just in the ocean floating around. And the religious fish was in a fishbowl in the ocean. And that represented a lot to me because what it meant was you have a chance to be free and think outside the box. And you don't have to worry about what other people think when you start to go on this journey that you call life. We really don't understand as people how much we are guided by Western society. What we think, how we do, how we operate when we get up, when we move. The other question was waist beads and salt water. Okay, my waist beads made with wire, so salt water might not be the best thing for that cordage. String waist beads, once you tie them on, you gotta ride that motherfucker out. So if you gonna swim, swim with the bitches, but those don't last forever neither. Waist beads serve their purpose and then they get out of there. I read an article that says some crystals even get away from you or disappear, poof, when they have served their purpose. So if you have crystals on your waist beads, when the crystal has served its purpose, it's going to get out of there, whether you like it or not. So you need to be charging it, loving it. They also say that crystals and people have like a mutual need. So when you go to find a crystal or you're gifted a crystal, it's because somewhere in the universe somebody knew exactly what you needed. So if you was to call me and say, well, call me or DM me and say you wanted waist beads with crystals, I would give you a recommendation based off what I thought your energy needed. And then hopefully y'all would bond and you would program the crystals just like you would do with any inanimate object if you wanted it to do wonderful things. I suggest you program every motherfucking thing. Program your fucking shoes, program your waist beads, program every goddamn thing. All right, so those were the few questions that I had. I hope I'm not missing anything. The meat and potatoes is when it start to really get good. So a lady jumped in my DM and she said, when did I know it was time to leave my job and follow my dream, and how did I know what my dream was or my purpose was? This was like the dopest question ever because I love shit that make me think. So thank you, sis, for asking me that question. So we gonna get right the fuck into this. And I'm hoping, just hoping, that this might help somebody that's on the fence. Somebody that's on the fence. Okay, first off, so I'm starting to learn about Akashic records. And so what an Akashic record is that this is pretty much all the information stored in your chakra system. So your chakra system is your energy, it's your chi, it's your ashe, it's your force of energy that runs up and down your body and drives you. And controls your emotions, controls your thoughts and everything. This chakra system is taken with you every single time you reincarnate. Every single time you reincarnate. So for some people, I guess, that don't feel like they belong in a certain family, it's because in a past life, they dealt with a lot of shit and they kept saying themselves that they wasn't feeling it. So their energy was strong enough to jump into a whole nother family when they reincarnated, and they just sitting around looking like, what the fuck? I don't feel like I fit. You goddamn right you don't fit. Anybody that feels like they are the black sheep 9 times out of 10 is because somewhere along your energy journey, you decided that shit that you came from was not what you wanted to go back to. You weren't necessarily, maybe you weren't a conscious folk in your past life, but you knew for a fact that you were different and you were looking for different things. So you came back in a different environment. For those who don't feel, oh my God, you're on live. Thank you so much. I saw your video about waist beads and I made my own. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know how to find that. I don't even know how to find. Tiffy Darky. You better ride with me, Tiff. Cause me and Tiff bang. Like me and Tiff is like this. Me and Tiffy Darky is like this. All right. So where was I at? Okay. So for all those people that feel like they don't fit because you don't fit, okay? You don't fit. You do not fit. You are, in fact, in a different environment, and you are trying your best through your whole ascension journey, through your whole energy journey. You trying your best to get to that point where you're like an ancestor and you're helping everybody out and you're changing the world via energy from the spiritual realm, not from the physical realm, okay? That's like the ka and the ba. You know, they're totally different. Your physical body, it just harbors your spirit energy. Your spirit energy is pretty much controlled by your chakra system. Oh, look how I bowed. Okay, so if you ever wondered, like we all have those children and we say, oh, they've been here before. But you really don't understand. Like there are children that are born like pianists. There are children that are born violinists. People can't explain it and they just call it whatever. But really that's because that child fuck around was a violinist. If your baby come back quoting your grandmother at the age of 2, that fuck around be your grandmother. Your grandmother loved that energy that you guys had so much that she said, I'm coming back to this same family. Matter of fact, she chased you. Matter of fact, she was looking for me. I actually got a baby ancestor in this motherfucker, and she is our sunshine. And she runs the whole goddamn house. And you know what's crazy? We let her because we know her energy does not come from that little body. It had to come from a spiritual ancestor. So I'm saying all of this to say that you are looking for your purpose. You are looking for a reason why you want to break free from the matrix, right? When you go to your 9 to 5, you ain't feeling that shit. Like you sitting at your desk like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit with my eyes closed, or I hate this shit, whatever. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. You shouldn't even feel bad that you think like that. That's the first thing. You gotta detach. Lord, my granny, all in my 17-year-old look, voice, everything. Didn't I say it? Didn't I put that thing together? That is your granny. That is your granny. I guarantee you, if you really sat, see, this is the thing. We don't really sit and talk. Not, I'm saying we don't really sit and talk and build with our kids. So we really don't know what information they came here with. Because when you're born, you actually come with an intelligence that's already in your DNA. So I challenge you to sit and build with your child that you feel like she's your grandmother or whatever. Now, she might not be spot on, but she ain't going to be too much off. And it'll blow your head. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. Or that child will keep asking really deep or existential questions. Why am I here? Why is the sky blue? Those things mean that that child is already conscious. And you're supposed to let that child go. Just let her go. Push her. What you want to learn about? Like my kids started asking me about lucid dreaming. So for like a week, we was practicing lucid dreaming. Like, okay, kids, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get our little lucid dream bracelets. And we're going to figure this out. And we're going to meet each other in our dreams. Like, let them go. Let them go. Matter of fact, let them lead you because you never know why they was here. They might be here to take you to a different place. So it has spirituality, believe it or not, don't got shit to do with age. Let's start there. So you might have a little spiritual Nefertet or a set, or you might have a little one of those in your house. So just feel it and let your spirit guide you. Okay, back to the 9 to 5. If you feel like you're not supposed to be in your 9 to 5, the first thing you got to do is get past the guilt of feeling like you don't want to be at your 9 to 5. You know why you got that guilt? You got that guilt because Western society told you that your nigga ass had to work a 9 to 5. That's what they told you. They said that if you didn't work a 9 to 5, you wasn't shit. And if you wasn't getting this money, preach sis in the chat. If you ain't clocking in, if you ain't like I'm making these checks or whatever, from them, always from them. See, as we brought up, we are taught to go to college, which still puts money in Western and in the higher ups' hand. After you go to school, we all know the school ain't shit but programming. That's why they don't teach you financial independence. That's why they don't teach you business. That's why they don't teach you your real history. It's a million reasons. We could go on for days. But everybody in my life is pretty much conscious so you understand how this works. That's why they classify our little boys and little girls as ADD, ADHD, and they already smack you with these labels that they want you to run with for the rest of your life. And believe it or not, the labels are to imprison your mind. So when you fall on something, you go, oh, I got ADHD, so I can't. Half that shit is in the food. Half of that shit is in the fact that these little babies got to sit still for 8 hours. Think about it. In your house during the summertime, who the fuck sits still for 8 hours? I'm gonna let y'all think about that, and I ain't even gonna say nothing. So they say your kid acting out in class. If you sat your kid in the living room and made them sit still for 8 hours, you know what they would do? They would act the fuck up in your living room. So let's not even get all big into all that shit and listen to all that shit they talking about. Okay, so school is programming. College is bigger programming. And then after you get all of those degrees, that means that you're damn near a master at what you do. You know what they tell you? Now come work for me because I'm the master. Now explain this concept to me because you got to understand, I went to college. I am not a college graduate, but I went to college. And I didn't understand how the smarter I got, the more I had to do anything for anybody but myself. So I'm like, damn, I'm sitting around a whole group of graduates. Now, why aren't we generating our own income? Why? 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 Well, it's because of how we were brought up and how we were raised. You know, our grandparents say, you gotta go to college and you gotta work and get a good job. Nobody ever says that you gotta get your own job and you gotta make your own money. So what I did before I made my disconnect from the matrix is I actually started educating myself. And believe it or not, information is super duper enlightening and it changes how you think. It changes your cells, it changes everything. It changes how you emanate energy and all that shit. So when I did my research, the biggest thing that stuck out for me was not only the fact that I didn't want to support a system that didn't support my people. That's number one. Number two is that I found out that black people are the driving force behind every single business, which means it's our money. It's our money that funds all of these huge corporations, businesses, and everything. So you mean to tell me that the money is in my neighborhood, but we giving it to somebody else? This is how my brain working. So I said to myself, I'm getting some of that goddamn money. All I got to do is make something that is of value to my people, and I too can become a fucking millionaire. And believe me, that's how hard I'm grinding. Ask anybody around me. I ain't fucking sleeping. I'm running. I'm talking about I'm chasing this money. And believe it or not, when I run into my customers or other business owners, they tell me they was looking for me. So please don't ever be afraid to make that jump, because when you do, there are African Americans that have been waiting for you. They have been waiting to work for you, waiting to work with you, waiting to support you. You inspire them. And in all actuality, they don't want to support a system neither that doesn't do anything for their people. Anything. Off the topic real fast, and I'm going to get back on. Have you ever wondered why they say that, your mentality, you can imprison yourself in your mind? There is a reason why they show black people getting killed on Facebook, but you won't find preach, peace, sister, keep speaking. Yes. Oh, thank you. There's a reason why you won't be able to find any other people really being slayed like that on the internet. It is because it is a mental enslavement. So they will continuously show you dying. It's called bull breaking. They've been doing it for years. They've been doing it in Jamaica. They did it in the islands. They did it here. So what they do is they take the biggest, strongest nigga and they kill him in front of all of the other niggas. And what it does is it puts a sense of fear in all the rest of the niggas. So y'all niggas know how to act. So if you ever wondered why that video on Facebook says, this contact might be harsh for you to look, and you click it and it's still up there, that's the reason. It's to keep y'all niggas in line. Don't watch that shit. Don't watch that shit. Yeah, strategic mind control. Exactly. All right. So now that we understand that we have all been raised to make somebody else rich, that's what I did. I said, well, goddamn it, I'm going to make my own self rich, and I'm not going to go to sleep till I get it. So after I realized that all the money was already sitting around me, it's kind of a spiritual thing. It's kind of a spiritual thing for me. I don't know about everybody else. But I fell in love with waist beads. I mean, I literally fell in love with them. Once I put them on, I felt like I could not live without them. When mine's broke, I was literally hurt. This is a set I got from somebody else. So I said to myself, I'm going to make them my own. And I loved them so much that I talked about them. And it happened. It just happened all of a sudden, and everybody was like, oh yeah, yours are great, let's go, let's do it, let's run. And so that was my generation. That was how I started going towards my path. It was a lot of things I had to struggle with, because in my mind I said, well, goddamn it, I went to college. I ain't go to no motherfucking college to sell no motherfucking jewelry. What kind of shit is this? How can I be proud of this? What the fuck is going on? And then I said to myself, pause. This is all conditioning. Look at what's really going on. What's really going on is I am marketing my company. What's really going on is I am selling a product. What's really going on is I am connecting with my people. Every fucking thing I wanted, I'm doing it. Most people say, well, I don't even know what I should do when I leave. Well, check this out, sis. You already doing something for Western society. Why not do it for yourself? Why couldn't you do it for yourself? Why couldn't you be a 1099 and pay your own taxes and move forward like that? Why couldn't you? Why? Why couldn't you do that? Or why couldn't you figure out what you love so deeply? What do you like so deeply, regardless of what you think? If you like to cook, There's your outlet. If cooking is something that makes you happy, there you go. If styling people is something that makes you happy, there you go. If doing hair is something that makes you happy, there you go. You figure out what fulfills you, because at the end of the day, you don't want to not like what you're committing to. So that's something you got to work out in yourself. Now, what happened for me, all spiritual. Like, and now when looking back, I said, damn, the spirit had been leading me from day one, but I wasn't open enough. I wasn't conscious enough. I wasn't woke enough. I wasn't spiritual enough to understand what was going on. So for my entire life, I worked in companies and I was always promoted. I'm very outspoken. I'm very intelligent. I always made it like to management or whatever, whatever, or always got promoted in some type of way. However, those companies always shut down. The companies always closed. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are my companies always closing? So I would just go, boom, find a better job. Go, 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 go. Always had a side hustle. Hence the name Natural Hair Story. I started with the hair. So always had a side hustle. Running, 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 running. Boom, find another job, get a promotion, job closed. Find another job, get a promotion, job closed. It was like an endless cycle. It just kept happening. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So the last time, the second to the last job to shut down, the second to the last job to shut down, I started my Waistbead company. And so I set markers for myself. So you don't have to just go like this, fuck you, job, I'm gonna be free. Nah, don't be dumb, because you still gotta eat, and so do your kids. I'm talking about, as you want to transition. Start figuring out what you want to do. Start trying it. Start dabbling while you already got that source of income, because that's what I did. I'm just telling you what I did. And I started it and I made markers for myself. So I said, by this time, I want to be in a boutique. By this time, I want to have a fully functional website. By this time, I want to be online and marketing my business. I did not know how, to be honest. And I started running my mouth and people started fucking with me. So, and I love to talk. Bam, there you go. And on top of that, I went to school for business. So I knew a little bit about marketing. More so, my background was accounting, but all of it go together. All of that shit is hand in hand. And the crazy part about it was people that I was working with was like, dang, you are so intelligent. If you was to get a business by you doing all this accounting, your books would be straight. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's work. Let's do it. So that was another sign from the universe. The job shut down and I started pushing with my business. And every market that I wanted to hit, I didn't stop until I got it. See, it wasn't about me failing. I failed a lot. I fell a lot. I'm still falling with certain shit. It was the fact that I never gave up. When you decide to leave the matrix, I always tell my husband this: don't take your ass back until you give your business, your company, as much time as you would give a job. So if you're gonna go to work and you're gonna clock in from 9 to 5, that's what you need to give to your business, because that's the dedication. See, we always talk about manifesting and we go manifesting and you think, if you just think it real hard, like, oh, I'm thinking real hard. Peace. I randomly started making copper jewelry. I wore, people started requesting it. That was never my intention, but there we go. There we go. There's the story. Nothing is by coincidence but divine time and alignment. And I got a whole video about divine alignment. I live by that shit. I don't regret a motherfucking thing no more, because I understand that everything was set up for me to be exactly where I am right now, how it's supposed to go. So, yeah, I started running and I said to myself, I will not give up on my dream, because it's mine. It ain't nobody else's. I got to push this motherfucker. I'm not going to give up on my dream until I dedicate the same amount of time that I gave to a fucking job that I hated to my motherfucking self. And guess what? When I gave myself half the time that I gave to that job, the shit just started bop, 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 bop. It just started coming. And let me tell you something. This shit don't even feel like work. Well, that's a lie. It feel like work when I got 40, 50 orders. But every time I do an order, I am thanking the universe for the abundance that's coming to me. The abundance is coming to me. So whether I get overwhelmed, if I got to step off, drink a beer, walk outside, ground, I am still thankful for what I did. If you make a commitment to yourself to not give up on, I just realized I got one earring in there. When the fuck was y'all gonna tell me that? When was y'all gonna tell me that I did my first live with one earring on? Ha! All right, so when I made a commitment to myself that I wasn't going to give up on myself, I take that shit so fucking serious. Like, you don't understand. Like, every morning I'm trying to get up and have business meetings. My husband like, Donna, can you chill? Can you chill, Donna? Does it have to be that every morning? Yes. Yes, it do. Yes, it does. Because that is my whole existence. Let me tell you something. I ain't never had time that was mine. My time is mine. Like, just for that reason, I don't think I could ever go back to the Matrix. On top of that, last week I had an ancestor come through out the blue and say, sis, you better keep doing what you're doing. And I said, no problem. And just for FYI, if you're looking for an ancestral message like they tell you in that good book, don't make me say it. You ain't going to get it because that's not how the messages come. The messages come through thought and spirituality, messages, signs, signals, numbers. So if you're looking for somebody to knock on your door and say, hey, you need to leave your job, the shit ain't coming. Okay? It's not coming. Hindsight 2020. I look back and realize that my whole life the universe was pushing me to do what I'm doing now. So I'm going to continue to do it because that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm adamant with it. I'm adamant with it. When you start your business, you got to feel that shit. You got to be like, yes. If you a makeup artist, yes, I'm doing makeup to do XYZ. Adamant with it. Anybody that's not supporting you, that's the last key to this whole thing. Anybody that's not supporting you when you out here running like this and you hustling your ass off, you got to detach. You got to detach because your focus needs to be laser. I'm talking about even to the point where if you don't use your phone to market, then put that bitch down and figure it right, legit. Put that motherfucker down to figure this shit out because at the end of the day, you see them little memes, Google, Amazon, that shit was started in a motherfucking garage. So right now you building a legacy. You don't even understand where this shit is about to go unless you take it serious. I'm giving this shit to my kids. You see how I put that in the atmosphere? You see the conviction in my eyes? I'm giving this shit to my kids. I don't even know how far this is gonna go, but with me behind it, oh, this motherfucker is gonna go. Cause I don't give up on me. I never do. I never do. And that is the kind of conviction you have to have for yourself. That is a point. That's a part of manifesting. Don't you dare think you're gonna sit there and blink, bling, bling, and something gonna happen. Now, if you get spiritual enough, it might. Cause I put shit in the atmosphere and watch it come back. But that's a level of trust within yourself. You gotta trust yourself. You gotta believe in this shit. And you know it sound off corny, like you got to believe it to achieve it. It sound corny, but the shit is real. This shit is real. It's real, actual, factual, real shit. So when you understand that the money that people getting rich off is from right in your community, it makes you look at things totally different. Totally different. So I suggest anyone that is looking to transition. Oh, and when I said the support system, I don't mean people that are invested into your business. Now that would be great. I would say if you were going to get an investor, please do your research because it's pretty much a loan. And sometimes you want to start from you want to have a grassroots business. Just something to put out there. But yes. What was I saying? Push, push, push. Go, go, go. And like, oh, support. About the supporting. So people in your circle may not be able to financially support you. People in your circle may not be able to take your business and post it every day online and give you 1 million customer referrals. But this is the support that really means the most. When you say you're going to do it, you need people in your corner like, fuck yeah, do that shit. You need people in your corner that's like, hey, how's your business coming? Little shit like that matters. Little shit like that matters. Everybody feel like this social media shit matter. That shit do matter in a way, but not when you pushing. So when you got your support system, those are the people that's high-fiving you when you make your logo. Like, wow, that's a dope ass logo. Or that's cool, but you might need to use brighter colors. That's the support you need. Shout out to my husband for supporting me through all of my dreams and aspirations. If I put this on YouTube, it lives forever. Thank you, Cliff. But run, push, go to the money. That's how you know you're ready to break fear of the matrix. The fear, yeah, it's there. But you got to understand, it ain't no such thing as fear. Go watch the Will Smith video. He'll tell you, ain't no such thing as fear. And this is the crazy part about this whole entrepreneurial journey. Let me just throw this out here. Let's say that you do decide to run to the money and you decide to open your own company. Can I tell you a secret? I'm going to whisper it. The same jobs that you have, they'll still be there if that shit don't work. So what the fuck is it to be scared about? Nothing. It's absolutely nothing to be fucking scared about. Matter of fact, more jobs are opening every time you can do this. Look. Every time you blink, it's another job opening. Your job will fuck around and still be there if your ass jump off the porch. So come jump off the porch with me. Come jump off the porch with me. Be free. Wake up, kiss your kids. Wake up, love on your husband. Wake up, bake a birthday cake. Do all the shit you wanted to do. Thank you so much for sharing this knowledge and wisdom to the YouTube channel. Woo! I also started my own business 6 months ago. Let's go, family. Let's go. So I don't think finding your page was by accident. Yo, let's go, family. Do that shit. Leave that shit. Fuck that shit. Now, I got to figure out how the fuck to stop this live. Give me a second, people. Share. Share with your subscribers a link. Okay, guys, just give me a second. Create a post. Oh, this is great. I don't know if this thing is still recording. It probably is. Breaking. Oh, all right, let's post it. Oh, I'm still on this motherfucker. God damn it. This is going to be the funniest live ever. All right, I'm scared to push this X because I don't want it to go anywhere. Does the X mean I leave it? Oh my God, this is too difficult. It's still going. Tiffany Darky, do not fuss at me. Do not laugh at me, girl. You're supposed to save me. Help me. I'm scared to if I hit the X, what's going to happen? Top chat. Oh my gosh. All right, if I hit the X and this bitch don't fucking, I'm going to be so motherfucking mad. Urgh. All right, here we go, guys. Wish me luck. Okay, that's not it. Oh, shit. Don't look at that pizza box. All right, that's not it. That's, oh, Jesus, that's not it. All right. Oh, my gosh, what am I doing? That's not it. Okay. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Fucking right I am.